Hi guys, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Rhea. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, you're highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up G? How are you guys doing? So in today's video guys, as you can already see from the title, we are going to be talking about 7 mistakes not to make in Ireland as a foreigner. 7 things not to do, 7 things that you should be aware of before you actually come here. If this is the kind of video that interests you, then please do keep on watching. So number 1, the very first mistake not to make, or the very first thing that you should take out of your mindset about Ireland, is you thinking that Dublin is the whole of Ireland. At the moment, yes, Dublin is Ireland. Dublin is the capital of Ireland rather, but Dublin is not Ireland. There are other counties here in the country. We have about 26 counties here in the country, so definitely Dublin is not Ireland. There's this particular phrase that people say, oh, Ireland is expensive. You know, while that might be true, but I think that people are pushing it more from the Dublin perspective, like it's a Dublin narrative. Okay, Ireland is expensive, yes, but there are other counties that are not as expensive as in terms of like, you know, cost of living, and in terms of like housing, which is one of like the major things that, you know, is taking the money. Okay, so for example, I schooled in Cork. If you don't know, I schooled in Cork for my master's degree program, and after I was done schooling, I was actually there for like an extra year. So I was in Cork for like 2 years before I moved to Dublin, and I would say that the experience in Cork is different. I cannot categorize Dublin as the whole of Ireland because I have lived in other counties and I can see that they are all different things, like you're even in different countries, to be honest. So yeah, that's one narrative that I don't want you guys to have as foreigners coming here to Ireland. If you're coming here to study, you're coming here to work, or you're coming here to live, I don't want you to always think that, you know, Dublin is Ireland, like the ways of Dublin is the total way of Ireland and how Irish people are. The second mistake you should avoid as a foreigner here is underestimating the time of commute. So Ireland is a small country. If you don't know, Ireland is said to be a small country with over about 5.1 million residents, people that are living in the country at the moment. And because the country is not as large as, so the transport system should also be quicker and easy to get to, okay, and available at every time that you need it. That is absolutely false, and I don't want you to come here thinking that. Like in Ireland, for example, let's say Dublin as an example, there are places that you live in Dublin and you will need like 2 hours to actually get to city center, 2.5 hours, even 3 hours to actually get to work. It's like you're traveling from one county to another county. And the reason why this is because number 1, transport system is not as available and as accessible in every corner of Dublin as you probably would think. Okay, number 2, the transport system is time. Okay, the transport system here is actually time. There's some places that you live in Dublin and you'd have to wait like an hour for one bus to come, and if you mistakenly miss that bus, let's say the bus comes like, you know, 2 minutes earlier than you actually arrive to the bus stop, you have to wait for an extra hour to actually get on the next bus. So for example, me at the moment, the place that I'm even staying can actually take me, let's say, an hour to city center and like 2 hours 30 minutes to my workplace. That's very ridiculous, and that's why I always say on this channel that getting a car here in this country is not luxury. It's not luxury, okay, it's a necessity. It's very needed. You need it to be able to survive. And one thing getting a car does for you that I really love is that it controls your time. Like, it gives you freedom and it also controls, it makes you be in control of your time. That's how I'm supposed to say it. Yeah, you're in control of your time when you actually have a car. So for example, someone is going to work and the person lives very far off, and it takes the person 2 hours 30 minutes to actually get to work by bus, but then it also takes the person about 20 to 30 minutes by car, and you have work by 8 o'clock in the morning. You have to leave your house at around 5:30, be able to, or 5 o'clock even, to be able to meet up for 8 o'clock. Sometimes you could even get late, but someone with a car would literally even have enough sleep and probably wake up like 6:30, get ready, and by 7:30 the person's out of the house, and the person would still get to work before you that woke up by 5 o'clock or 5:30 to actually get to work. It's mind-blowing. It's actually very crazy. So that's something I want you guys to know. I say this all the time, and this is not to put pressure on anyone that doesn't have a car. If your workplace and your home is like, you know, very close, can even work it, or it's something that you can actually manage to do, then, you know, keep on doing it. But, you know, for foreigners that are here, people that just really want my advice, I would say getting a car is a necessity, a very big necessity. electricity as at that. Like, it's needed. Moving on to my third mistake that you should not be making as a foreigner is that Ireland is part of the UK. Throw that out of your minds, please. Ireland is not part of the UK. Alright, there is Northern Ireland, which is Belfast in the UK, which is somewhat part of Ireland because Northern Ireland, there are Irish people there, yes, but Ireland is not part of the UK. They're like two different countries on its own. Okay, Ireland is the Republic of Ireland, they're on their own. Okay, and then Northern Ireland, which is Belfast, is under the UK. Another way you can actually differentiate is the fact that Northern Ireland, which is under the UK, they still use pounds, but here in the Republic of Ireland we use just euros. And also in the healthcare system as well, you guys would probably hear the NHS, which is the UK, while here in Ireland we use the HSC, which is the Health Service Executive. Okay, moving on to my next point would be housing crisis. I don't think anyone on this channel hearing me talking about housing crisis in Ireland for the first time. If you're new, then you'll probably be hearing me talking about this for the first time. Housing crisis here in Ireland is a lot. It's real, it happens. Whatever you hear on the news is actually what's happening here. It's very hard for you to actually get a place to stay in the country, especially with the whole eviction ban thing that has been going on lately. Now landlords are telling people that are renting their properties to leave because either they want to claim ownership of it and live there because there's nowhere else to live, or they want to sell it and, you know, gain money because they want to get the money in lump sum at once rather than in bits. Okay, so yes, housing crisis is one thing that you should know, even as a foreigner, like even as a visitor. Trust me, except you want to be paying for accommodations like in hotels, maybe Airbnb, maybe hostels as well. But if you're coming here, even Airbnb is extremely expensive. Like for a night, I can see like an Airbnb when I was checking some time ago. For a night, it could be about 500 euros per night for an Airbnb, which is ridiculous because like that's someone's rent for a month. So that's something I want you guys to know. Don't think that, you know, Ireland is a place that you can actually just go to and like you find a house in like a day. And don't get me wrong, like if you have the money for it, you can. And that's also another thing. You know, sometimes some people even have the money for it, but I've even heard them saying that landlords would not take your money. Like you have the money, you're looking for a place. Other people, they also have the money and they're also looking for a place as well. It's not like a lottery system where the landlord, you know, says whoever that comes to view the place and then picks who they think would be good for. It's not about really like your money or anything. So now it's more than just the money you're fighting. You're also fighting the fact that you have to be chosen for that particular place. So the crisis in Ireland for housing is ridiculous. It's a lot, it's bad. A lot of people are having to squat. A lot of people are having to be evicted from homes. Families, singles, like, you know, couples. Is madness. It's unreal. So the fifth mistake you should avoid doing here as a foreigner, or the thing that you should just know about Ireland as a foreigner here, is the fact that the roads here are actually very small and cramped. If you're coming from like very big countries, big cities, so for example if you're coming from Nigeria, you live in Lagos or Port Harcourt, Abuja, you have wider roads to work with, you know, compared to Ireland. The roads here are very narrow. I think the best that I've seen so far is even Dublin. Like if you school in Cork, or if you live in Cork, or if you've been to Dundalk, you know, I've been to those ones, the roads are literally very narrow. They are small. Okay, and if you're driving, like you and a trailer will probably have to share like a small road, or if you're even using the bus system, you can actually see that the roads are very small. There are just very few roads that are quite large. The roads that connect to you traveling, M50 roads, if you know what I'm talking about. They are the large ones, highways, you know. So if you're someone who is claustrophobic, you'll probably have a problem with it, but I don't think that's a big deal, to be honest. Just something I want to put out there that you should actually know. It's not a big deal, honestly. Yeah. So the next point that you should actually know as a foreigner coming here is that tap water equals clean water and equals bottled water. I'm going to explain. So yeah, people actually drink tap water here and they drink it as normal water. Like their water is clean. And that took me a while to actually digest. It took me a lot to actually, you know, come to terms with that, because where I'm from in Nigeria, yeah, drinking tap water is very, we don't do that. And that's because I would say that our water is not as clean. Like tap water is not as cleaner. So most houses actually get like either using savory or like bottled waters, or even like pure waters, water in sachet. But the thought of drinking tap water in Nigeria is just very, why are you drinking tap water? But here, when I came here, I realized that you have to drink tap water to survive. It's not as if the bottled waters are expensive. They're not, to be honest. They're honestly not expensive. But yeah, everyone drinks tap water. The water is clean, the water is good. There's no taste, like there's no odor. It's good water. If you come here as a foreigner, you'll not really be taken aback that the tap water here, or that you're drinking tap water. Everyone does it. It's good water, it's clean water. Okay, and then my last mistake, on the last thing that I want you guys to know, is that the island weather is mental. You can actually have like different seasons of weather in one day. It could be raining now, and like the next 5 minutes sun is shining, like it's burning your skin, and then the next 10 minutes it's windy again, and then in the next 15 minutes it's drizzling, about to rain, and from drizzling it goes into hot sun again. Like, the weather is crazy here. You have to be prepared. That's something I'm going to tell you as a foreigner. Do not make the mistake of, oh, maybe it's summer or maybe it's spring, and then you're going out of your house without a jacket, or you're not even prepared, or without an umbrella or whatever, or a coat. Don't do that to yourself. So pretty much that's actually it, guys. We've actually come to the end of this particular video. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I actually quite enjoy talking about things like this. Like, it's nice other than, oh, apply here, apply there all the time. So yeah, it's actually nice talking about the country because I actually really like this place. So yeah, pretty much that's it. These are the 7 things that I want you guys to know as foreigners coming to Ireland, either to study, work, or even live here or settle here. If you did find this video helpful, please click on the like button there, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Turn on the notification bell down there beside the subscribe button. My name is Ria, and I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. And yeah, ciao, bye guys.